Here we go with these mass shootings again, man. So you got two back-to-back mass shootings. Got the Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas. Um, First of all, my prayers go out to families, people that were lost. Um, I mean, you can't imagine what people's going through. Prayers go out to the victims, especially ones still alive that are injured and sitting in the hospital bed. Some that are injured and still lost somebody, Prayers go out to them. Now, this is just super upsetting, man. Just certain things just upset me, man. And if my people's gonna hate what I say, you're gonna hate what I say. You seeing the same facts that I see every day. Things that I see you see too. So if you gonna hate that, then you're not a mature adult. I feel like get over it. Okay. So we have a crazy, crazy history in this country of these mass shooters. You have a crazy history of discrimination in this country. We get tons and tons of videos of innocent black people being stopped for no reason. Not just in the car. It could be we're seeing videos populated of people standing in the comfort of their own yard or their porch, washing their own car, playing with their children, and a police officer pulls up to them and harasses them for some sort of reason. There was one guy, he said, "You got a warrant for your arrest." And he said, "For what and where?" He said, "The warrant is from here." He's like, "I ain't never been there and I ain't lived there. Like, how am I going to have a warrant over here and I've never been there?" He said, "What's the name on the warrant?" Police officer would not give him the name. He was like, "It's you. It's you. You have a warrant for you." He was like, "What's my name?" And the police officer was not even saying the man's name. He was like, "Yo, like, you can't take me. You say you have a warrant. What is my name?" And after time and time of him asking this, and the police officer refusing to give the information, the dude says a name and is not the person that he's arrested. And then he pulls out a phone with a picture on it with a black man in dreads and had looked nothing like the dude that he was arrested. To the point where his partner had to pull up and they had to leave looking stupid. Like he was about to arrest. I don't know what he was going to do after he put that man in handcuffs. It was obviously not the same guy. Pictures not the same. Not the same name. He randomly walked on the dude's yard and tried to arrest him and say that we got a warrant for your arrest. He didn't even know who that dude was. And it was not the dude that they had a picture of. It's not the same name. The man didn't have a warrant the whole time. And he's begging him, "Please, can you say the name on the warrant and like show me?" Like, and he begged, and finally the dude did it, and it was not the same guy the whole time. So I don't know what that cop intentions was after handcuffing that man. If that man would have complied, I don't know what that cop's intention was. We have a man getting choked out by Las Vegas police because he's selling water without a permit. He's being choked. I thought that y'all cops wasn't supposed to be choking people. Kevin Garnett choked. He said he had previous harassment by the cop. He was like, "You always do this to me, man. You always messing with me." Caught selling cigarettes, I think, illegally, but when does that equal being choked to death? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I've had my own experiences, not to the extent to where I'm dead, but I've had experiences. I'm not going to go into it. I have multiple experiences with police officers being unlawful with me because of my skin color. And I've had witnesses to that, but I'm not going to go into what I've experienced. It's just alive and well. It's sad that you could do nothing, mind your own business. You got people chasing you out of store after you purchase something in their store, spend your hard-earned money, and say you didn't buy that and call the police on you. Call the police on you for barbecuing. Call the police on you for being in the library sleeping. Because you're in the midst of midterms, you've been working on your paper and you're tired and you doze off in the library and somebody has the nerve to call the police on you for being at the right place. I'm not going to say you at the wrong place at the wrong time. You were at the right place. And like I said, people being choked and harassed and having excessive force put on them because maybe they didn't have a permit, or maybe you stopped them for no reason and you asked for their ID and they refused to give you an ID because you're wondering why you're being stopped in the first place. And you treat it like this, but you got somebody that go and kill 12 people, 20 people, and they're peacefully arrested. He surrenders, they put him in handcuffs, not a bruise, not a broken bone. He just killed 20 people. Oh, he had mental issues. Oh, he's dealing with stuff. But then when somebody unarmed dies and gets killed by the police, you platter, oh, he was arrested for a DUI this time. One time he got arrested for this, or he was on probation for this. Or he wasn't good in school. He got suspended from school. So that equals getting shot 10 times in the back while you surrendering with your hands in the air. You ain't got no guns, no knives on you. What's the weapon? Is the skin color the weapon? So when you unlawfully kill somebody that's unarmed, or you choke somebody, or you beat somebody, or you use excessive force, oh, he got in trouble before in his life. Oh, so did you. You've been on punishment. You've been on timeout. You've gotten in trouble, so you deserve to get killed too. But then when you got somebody out here actually letting off, killing random people, shooting up theaters, and they had mental issues. Oh, we apprehended the suspect. Nobody else was harmed. He wasn't harmed. He was peacefully brought in. This dude has an assault rifle and killed multiple people. But you don't treat them the way that you treat people not doing anything but minding their business. One of these shootings was in El Paso, Texas. It was at the Walmart. Another one was in Ohio. It was in Dayton, Ohio. One of these recent shootings. Now this reminds me of John Crawford III, 2014. He was carrying a BB gun that he grabbed inside of the Walmart in Ohio. It was Beaver Creek or Beavers Creek, Ohio. He had a gun that he grabbed inside of the Walmart that was a BB gun and it was not a real weapon. Ohio is an open carry state. There was multiple video footages and pictures of people carrying not AK-47, AR-15 rifles or having a gun out on their hip, walking all up and in the Walmarts in Ohio. So you got this young black man with a gun he grabbed off the shelf. They called the police on him. Talking about it's a black guy in here with a gun. Police didn't ask no questions. They ran in there, said freeze, and popped him. Dead. Dead. It's crazy that the dude it just grabbed him. He was apprehended. He's good. He hasn't been harmed. And then y'all going I don't be getting what's going through y'all heads. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a Trump fan. I don't give this dude no type of attention. Everything that comes up, y'all want to stamp Trump's name on it, like, oh, this is because of Trump. Dude, mass shootings been happening before he became president. This is America. It's been happening. Quit giving this dude. Quit putting light in this man's name. If you hate him so much, quit putting light in this man's name. Don't even give him the credit for nothing. Come on, man. It's irritating. It's so irritating. Something happens. Oh, the news stamp Trump supporters this, Trump supporter that. Man, stop it. This stuff has been happening before he was president. I'm not even gonna go deep into what a president is. Like, come on, man. Stuff has been happening since when Obama was president. It was just continue to happen once the office changed hands, and now the narrative turns into something Trump supporter or something Trump this or something Trump this. But what was it when Obama was president? What was it when he was president? And then y'all President Trump response to this shooting is that video games is playing a big part in this. Hmm. So now it's mental illness and it's video games. Okay. What was that other recent school shooting where the students that were victims, some that got hit but survived, they were stepping out and standing out, and they were like, "Oh, everybody's like backing these kids up. Oh my gosh, like they're so strong and brave and stuff." But they were admitting that they were bullying and teasing the dude that pulled the trigger. So the way you treat another person, do you think that was not a part of what he did? Now, recently, in one of these shootings, for the first time I've heard them use the word terrorism. So, see, you treat black people like this when they're not doing nothing, but black people don't do mass shootings. Like, that's not the MO. I'm not saying it's been done before. I'm saying, according to your statistics, the people who are doing these mass shootings, who are the people doing these mass shootings, killing random people that has nothing to do with their frustration and anger? Somebody's built frustration and anger off something that leads them to the point that they're going to go kill multiple people. They're killing people that has nothing to do with what they felt. What is the statistic of the gunmen in those situations? Y'all answer that question yourself. Like, this is America. We all watching the same thing. We all hearing the same news. This stuff is frustrating. It's irritating. There's nothing against victims. It's the system that we in. How they narrate stories. When we're victims, we're still the animal. When they're suspects, they're troubled people. Oh, they're just, like I said, just in one of these shootings, this is the first time I see somebody use the word terrorism. There's terrorists born and raised here. Terrorists is not something that you just go overseas to get, or you got to fight overseas. There is terrorism all over the place. These people are terrorizing their own country, their own soil. And you blame it on somebody because they're different or they look different or something like that. It gets frustration. It's frustrating and irritating. It's like, I don't know if people hear themselves talk when they say stuff like this, or the news. Like, when you guys do these narratives, do you guys sit them alongside of each other and understand what we're looking at? Like, we don't forget what you just said yesterday about us. Like, same thing with riots. If this group of people does a riot, what is your narrative for, compared to what this group does a riot? And where's their reason? Or if they're peacefully protesting over here compared to these people actually violently hurting people, what is your narrative? What are you saying about each group? Like, it's no balance. It's a total difference. It's irritating. It is irritating. Like, like this. I was still thinking about John Crawford, man. Or Tamir Rice. He was being a kid playing with a gun in the park. I think the tip was still red or orange on the gun. And just seeing the video of literally the cop, he had to have his gun already out when he opened the door, because it wasn't even a full second. Tamir Rice was already dropping before the door even fully swung open. And they pulled up on the grass. Door swings open. His body's already falling on the ground. There's a lot of change that needs to be done, man. I don't know if it'll be done. I don't know if I mean, racism. I don't know if that would end. It changes. It changes its uniform as time goes by. It doesn't leave. It just changes its appearance and what it looks like. It's, it's crazy, man. Like I said, change needs to happen all over, man. It's these news outlets, man, media, what they put before your face, your eyes, your ears, and a lot of things are believable to you. I don't be believing half the stuff that's told to us anymore. Because when something's showing on the screen, I'm seeing something in real time happening outside my door. Man, the streets was be talking before the news, like with the whole Nipsey Hussle situation. I was already getting text messages and stuff on what happened before the news even had a hint of what happened or told you what happened. But they probably already knew too. But I don't know. Like, I don't be believing in half the stuff, but it is what it is. This is America. Man, I guess that's all I had to say. Maybe I missed some stuff, but who cares? Like I said, the victims, uh, my heart goes out to them. These people, they use and exploit this stuff. For the victims, they use it for their own benefits. Even when Obama was president, it's like 20 people get killed. It's used for their campaigns and what they want to pass and do with people. I'm telling you, man, if you're a killer out here, the law has nothing to do with you. You're breaking the law. If you're a killer, you're breaking the law, which is called murder. So you got mass murders. What does changing the law have to do with it? I understand that some of these people are obtaining weapons legally to where they do have the ability to go in the store and get a certain type of weapon, get a certain amount of ammunition. I'm in California, Southern California at that, and it is strict gun laws out here. Strict. But before summer hit, it was cracking out here. It always is. You think these people out here shooting legal guns that they walked in the store to get? It is what it is, man. Jay.